Welcome back to RXMuscle's Iron Road to the Olympia 2021. I'm Dave Palumbo, and I'm here today with the Mr. Olympia head honcho himself, our good friend Dan Solomon, to get a last-minute update on what's going on with this Olympia weekend coming up.
David, it is not Olympia week until we kick off the week with our RXMuscle annual interview. It is always fun to be here with you and getting to talk about the biggest event in the world. We're excited, and like I said, I'm so excited that it's 80 degrees outside and I'm wearing my Olympia jacket. This was just sent up to the suite up here. This is provided by our apparel team. Yeah. And as you guys have known, the Olympia line of apparel has really blown up. This kind of satiny jacket with gold stitching. It's gorgeous. So I told the guys I'd wear it for you today just to kind of show it off.
I love it. You know, Dan, if I wasn't living in Florida myself, I would probably purchase one of those because I don't think I've ever worn a jacket here. I've maybe put a sweatshirt on once or twice since I've been down here. So,
yeah, we don't need those here. But for
up
Olympia
north, they need those jackets. That would have been my winter jacket if I was still living in New York, for sure.
No question. Well, if you decide to move back north, which I know is not going to happen, I will send you over some jackets.
No way. Never going to happen. All right, Dan, let's talk about this weekend coming up because last year obviously was a very stressful time for you because you were trying to move the Olympia from Vegas well, you did move the Olympia from Vegas to Orlando. This year, you kind of had it all set in stone. What's going on? Tell me what your level of stress is this year, and what can we expect from this weekend?
Well, look, there's always stress because the Olympia as a collective event is so many pieces, right? I mean, I always joke the Olympia week starts off with 2 days with an amateur Olympia event that'll have roughly 600 NPC athletes vying for pro cards. And I always say if that was a standalone event, that would be one of the biggest NPC events in the world.
You're right.
But it's just a part of our weekend. And then, of course, it'll roll into a press conference that we're doing new things with there. We have sold out events this weekend in our main stage productions and just a lot of really exciting stuff. So the stress is always going to be high because one thing that our team does is we're not afraid to try new things. And when you try new things, that's where the stress comes in because you're trying new things. It's new production, it's new sound, it's new lighting, it's new execution and all that sort of thing. So that creates some new stress. We're also in new venue spaces and all that. So we don't have that autopilot. Like the Olympia, prior to my coming into this position about 3 years ago, was at the same place for like 15 years in a row. And that creates like an autopilot situation where you kind of just hit the reset button, and it's different. We've kind of taken on some unique circumstances where we move the event from one place to another. We've established sort of a whole new model for the event, so that's created some stress. But I think our team is up for the task. Our producer Tamer Algindi, Angelica Nebbia, and of course, you know, our owner Jake and the entire squad. We're really in a good place right now. We're pretty well organized. Last year, you'll recall, we moved the event with 4 or 5 weeks to go. This year we had 10 months to get ready for this thing. So we're feeling pretty good.
Now, Saturday night in the actual event arena is sold out. So people have been asking me about tickets. I said I think it's sold out, but you confirm with me that's sold out. Friday night, however, where the men's prejudging is being held and the women's finals, that's still available if people want to go see the show in person.
That is correct. What you just said is completely accurate. The Saturday night show is and has been completely sold out. The VIP tickets are long gone. The individual regular tickets are long gone.
Right.
Friday night, of course, there is some inventory and extra chance not only to see, as you mentioned, the prejudging for the Mr. Olympia, but also the finals of the 212 Olympia, the Fitness Olympia, the Figure Olympia, the Miss Olympia, the Women's Physique Olympia. So it's a big night on Friday night. And there are still some tickets. We expect by the time showtime comes, that event will probably sell out also. But if you're planning to be out here for the event, log on, get your Friday night tickets, because if you wait till you get here, you might be out of luck.
And that's at MrOlympia.com. And then if you want to order the live stream, which I will be ordering, or I think I might have ordered it already, OlympiaProductions.com, and that's going to cover you for Friday and Saturday night, right? Or all day Friday and Saturday. Yeah.
Do it quickly because I think we set it up where there's we have like early bird pricing on the webcast, the pay-per-view. I guess we don't use the word webcast anymore, but the pay-per-view is a discounted thing if you do it a little bit early. So get on, lock in those discounted prices.
Yeah.
We're doing the pay-per-view at a higher level. We continue to kind of increase the production value there each year. We have a panel of Hall of Fame celebrity co-hosts and a whole staff of people that are really committed to doing that in a big way. But yeah, OlympiaProductions.com, order that now.
Yeah, and I'm looking excited. I'm excited to watch that because I'm not coming, but my staff will be there. But I think what people don't understand is the quality of the live stream has gotten so good now that really you can put it up on your big screen TV. I'm going to have it on my 75-inch TV, and I'm going to watch it like I'm in the arena. I remember back sometimes at the Orleans, I was watching it on the screen anyway because the guys were so far away. So you really can get a really nice view of what's going on nowadays. Whereas back in the day, the pay-per-view was very fuzzy and you really couldn't get good resolution. Right. Now it's HD quality, and so I think people will really enjoy the show if they order it. But like Dan said, if you order it early, you're gonna save some bucks. So that's important. Yep. Now, you did confirm with me that William Bonak is in the United States. Is that correct?
Yeah, I was told earlier today that William is in Orlando. Oh, is that what we're hearing? William is in town. Yeah, we're hearing William is in town. So with this stuff, with COVID and everything going on in the world, we always wait for them to be here before we feel good about it. Because Lord knows there's so many things between the realities of travel and immigration and of course some of the COVID protocol. Right. We always say until they're here, they're not here. Right. So, but yeah, William,
because William missed the Arnold, so obviously we want to just make sure he's going to be in the Olympia. He is here. Yep. Nathan Diaz, we have not got confirmation on that yet, right?
I have not gotten confirmation that he has arrived yet, but I also have not heard anything to make me believe that he's not going to be here. Okay. However, I cannot confirm that he's here because, to my knowledge, he has not arrived yet.
And wisely, obviously, Hadi Shupin and Big Ramy, they've been here for weeks, so they're all settled in. So it looks like we have the making of one of the best Mr. Olympias of all time, which has got to be super exciting for you. Obviously, it puts a little more stress on you as the guy who's running the show, so to speak. But at the end of the day, this could be the biggest of all, right?
This is a big one. On every possible level. Our expo, which we now call the Olympia World Fitness Festival, has more than 100 exhibitors. Right. So it's going to be a very full-blown expo experience with a lot of new events. The pre-judging is back on those expo stages inside the expo.
Oh, wow.
So that's a great thing. People who are more familiar with the Olympia experience are going to be a part of something that they're more accustomed to. We're also sort of honoring the caliber of this lineup by creating a stage production unlike anything we've ever done before. Last year, people talked a lot about the stage production because we were really committed to it. Our producer, Tamer El-Gindi, Jake Wood, our owner, our entire team works very hard to sort of raise that bar each year. And this year, we're going to be showing the audience things that they've never really seen before. So it's going to be a very unique experience on that front. But we're also giving away, almost $1.6 million in prize money. That's more money than has ever been given away at a physique competition in the history of the world.
Now, how is that being divvied up? Do you have those totals yet? Like, what's first place for the men?
So we're sticking with the $400,000 first place for Mr. Olympia. Okay. I know some of the other divisions that were a little less earlier have gotten boosts. That's been a real priority for Jake, is the prize money. Mm-hmm. Jake has had every opportunity, if he wanted to decrease the prize money over the last year or two, to do that. Other promoters have decreased prize money. Other events have tried to use this as an excuse to shrink, and understandably so. Look, we all run businesses, right? We try to make prudent decisions, but Jake hasn't taken that approach. He does not want the athletes to pay the price for the circumstances of the world. So you're going to see increases in a lot of the divisions.
That's awesome. And obviously, we talk about Miss Olympia, which is obviously a division that's very close to Jake Wood's heart. When I saw what Andrea Shaw won at the Rising Phoenix, that great Corvette, $50,000. I mean, that's like among the biggest prizes in the entire sport. And now we're coming back 2 weeks later. She has an opportunity to win the Miss Olympia. We're probably looking at, I would assume, a minimum of $50,000 for first place there too, right?
Yeah, it's a good time to be a female bodybuilder.
Yeah, right?
You just nailed that back-to-back Rising Phoenix Miss Olympia situation. Like you said, you got exotic cars and prize money and all sorts of cool stuff. So yeah, Jake and the Wings of Strength team have worked very hard to that initiative, and the athletes are really benefiting by it.
And obviously, the athletes really get the red carpet treatment as well. Now, the question I really wanted to ask you is because one of the things I think that you're changing the most this year is the way you're doing the press conference. What can we expect from that press conference? And tell us what day and time is it going to be on?
Okay, so I'm glad you asked. So the press conference is Thursday at noon, when it always is. It's at the Orange County Convention Center, which is, of course, attached to both host hotels.
Right.
At the Chapin Theater. which is in the West Concourse of the Convention Center. Get there early. It is free to attend, but definitely get there as early as you can, because the seats will go and we'll have to close the doors, and that's going to be that. So if you are in Orlando and you're planning to go to the press conference, walk over to the Convention Center. There should be plenty of directional signage to get you to the Chapin Theater, and get there before noon, because you will not have a seat if you are late. Yeah, we're doing some things different. After last year's press conference, I actually left early last year. I was frustrated by it because I'm like you, Dave. I like to keep things interesting and kind of stir it up a little bit. And I walked out of that press conference and I just felt like I had watched a rerun of a TV show that I had seen 1,000 times. And I was sitting out there in the restaurant. I remember some folks walked over to me and they said, "What do you look upset, Dan?" I said, I'm not upset. I'm just frustrated because we need to be better than this. We need to do this differently. So I got with Tamer El-Gindi, who of course is our producer of the weekend stage production. He does a great job. He's a very innovative, outside the box thinking guy. He has some background in the UFC as well. A lot of people don't know that about Tamer. Yeah. So we sort of put our heads together along with Jake and the rest of the team, and we devised sort of something. I'm not going to give away all the details, but I will just say that we think my biggest thing with the press conference is you have about 30 carb-depleted athletes sitting up there staring at you, and they all look bored, right? They all look bored up there. Yeah. And I'm thinking, how excited could you expect us to be in the audience if all you guys look like you want to be somewhere else? You're just sitting there.
Right.
And so we came up with a plan where I'll just say this. There are no seats on the stage this year. I'll just start with that. Okay. There is no place to sit down on the press conference stage this year.
Wow.
We're doing things in a manner where we're bringing people out in groups, and we're going to create conversations, hopefully some moments for the media, for the fans that will get people talking. Look, it can only be as good as the athletes allow it to be.
Right.
So we're not making any promises that it's going to change the world. But I will just say it's going to look different. It's going to feel different. And it's going to create, I think, a more natural dialogue flow. And you're going to be looking at people who are up there to have their moment, and then they'll go on their way. We're not going to just escort a room full of people to sit there and just stare at us as they patiently wait. And it's even awkward for us. Dave, how many times were you watching the press conference and you see that one athlete sitting up in the top corner and you're like, oh, they haven't even gotten to Eddie Abu yet. And then they're waiting, and it almost becomes uncomfortable to watch it. It's watching like a dating show, and the guy who doesn't get picked, you just kind of feel bad. So
is that going to be live streamed, Dan? Or no?
Yes.
Oh, it will be. Okay.
It will be,
so as part of the package that you buy for the Olympia, you can watch the press conference too.
That is correct.
Awesome. Okay. That's great.
In fact, if I'm not mistaken, the press conference, we have a special channel. We call it the Fan Channel. Oh. And the Fan Channel has a couple selected parts of the weekend. And I believe the press conference is one of them. You don't even have to pay for that.
Oh, that's free. Oh, that's even nicer. Okay, great.
Awesome. Yeah. The parts that you have to pay for are related to the actual stage production and the pre-judging and all that. Yeah.
I always say, first one's free, and then you hook them. Oh, I got to see the show now. I just saw the press conference. This is great. This is exciting. Yeah. And, it looks like you guys really did a great job. I think Orlando's a great place to hold it. Obviously, Florida is much more liberal here and, compared to the other states that are going on. Do you foresee the Olympia staying in Florida for quite a while?
I don't actually. No, we would love for Florida to be a part of the rotation. We would love to continue to have it here. Mm-hmm. However, we are planning next year a return to Las Vegas.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And we're working through those details now. We kind of looked at it and we realized that having that East Coast, West Coast rotation is a good thing because we have a lot of fans, a lot of sponsors, a lot of exhibitors that are West Coast based. Vegas works for them. The Orlando, Florida thing works for, other parts of the country.
Right.
We've been able to grow our audience by establishing a presence here in Florida, which is a major hub for the NPC and the Pro League. So we're really proud of that. But we're working on a bit of a rotation. But next year, don't look for the Olympia in Florida next year.
Those are, right from the mouth of Dan Solomon, the guy who makes the decisions. Dan, thank you so much for joining us again. I know you got a lot of work still to do to make this weekend what it's supposed to be, and a great experience for the fans and all the press and everyone alike. So congratulations again on doing it again for the third straight year, and hopefully we'll see you doing it for another 25 years.
Let's save the congrats until after the weekend. Let's see how it goes. But Dave, I always appreciate your support, and of course, RXMuscle is such a big part of the way people consume the Olympia and follow it. So we appreciate all that you guys do.
Your prediction: who's going to win the Olympia?
I can't do that, but I will tell you that I will tell you that my 14-year-old son, I asked him the question.
Oh, what did he say?
And yeah, and Nicholas has started high school, if you could believe that. So he is now an expert on everything.
Yeah.
Just ask him. But I will tell you that he seems to think that this is Hadi Chupan's year to win the Olympia. So we'll see if he's right. But look, it's going to be a great show, and there's some real contenders. Who do you got, Dave?
I don't think Big Ramy can be beat, but that's just, you know. I was always, you know, people think because I'm hard on Big Ramy sometimes. I'm a super Big Ramy fan. I've always been a fan of his physique. I've been waiting for him to win the Olympia since 2013. So when he won last year, I was very happy. And I think with the Chad, Dennis James team, you know, watching over him, I don't think he can be beat. But, you know, on any given day, anyone could lose. And so
what you're trying to say, Dave, it's a good thing I have my jacket on because winter is going to be here this weekend.
That's right. It's getting very cold. And as Jimmy the Bull would say, the ice walls are caving in on the rest of the lineup there. So
hey, talk to you after the show, Dave.
All right,
Thanks
Dan, thank you so much for joining us.
Okay.
Guys, that'll take us to the end of another episode of RXMuscle's Iron Road to the Olympia 2021. I'm Dave Palumbo with Dan Solomon. We'll see you next time.